What's up guys, it is I, once again, Yusuf Al Saned, and welcome guys to the 5th episode of the Movie Monday series created by Emily Boone herself. You can check her channel down below in the description box. And this week guys, the topic will be on my top 5 favorite Halloween/horror movies. And just like the previous episode of the Movie Mondays, this list will include these top 5 films, and I will name them from the number 5 to the number 1 pick. And here we go. My number 5 pick will be William Friedkin's The Exorcist. This is one of the few horror films from the classic cinema where it can scare me, it can creep me out, but besides those elements as scary and spooky as some people say, it's a film that really has a great story at its heart. It has so much soul, and it has a powerful message about good versus evil. It's one of the few rare films that can really touch your heart and can really give you something to talk about long after the film is over. And William Friedkin has crafted a very powerful masterpiece in The Exorcist, which has outstanding performances by Ellen Burstyn, Kitty Wynn, oh my god, the very underrated Kitty Wynn, I love her so much, Max von Sydow, and the other people in the film, including the great Linda Blair, I love her too. And yeah, that's William Friedkin's The Exorcist. At number 4 we have Dario Argento's Suspiria. I already talked about this movie in a review I made on the film, and I'm just going to say that this movie really is one of the best horror films I've seen, and in my opinion, Dario Argento's masterpiece. Goblin's soundtrack is awesome, off the charts, and I really love Jessica Harper and Barbara Magnolfi, who has a small role but a very awesome role as Olga. I love them both. This movie really is a masterpiece and one that defines the horror genre for me. It has a great story, great characters, a very insane, creepy atmosphere, and it has so much suspense, and this is really a hardcore horror film that has gore, it has violence, but despite the violence and the gore, this movie has a really great story. I just love it so much, especially how it focuses on this young girl going to a dance academy, and she begins to discover that this dance academy isn't what it seems. And it's so interesting, it's so engaging, and it's full of terror and full of mystery and suspense. I love it so much. At number 3 we have Robert Eggers' The Witch, and this is a more recent film on my list because The Witch, guys, it is probably one of the very few horror films of this day and age where it's a very creepy film in the beginning and in the middle and the end, but the ending, guys, it really caught me off guard. It gave me a chill down my spine. It got me asking myself, what the hell did I just saw? And it's a really incredible film. This movie is just so insane. I hope to review it at some point, but I can't describe this film without giving any spoilers, so I'm not going to. I will just say that the main plot is about this father who takes his family outside his village after he has he collided with his belief against the council of his village's belief on Christianity and what is the right thing for the Christian people, and how they see him as a liability to their faith. And because he's been exiled with his family, they start to experience a world of nightmare where each one of their family, something bad happens to them, and it's just so tragic, so heartbreaking. Guys, honestly, I can't remember the last time I seen a film like this, a horror film especially, that really got me on the edge of my seat, that freaked me out, and one that got me thinking once again long after the film was over. And I absolutely love The Witch, I really do. At number 2 we have Andrzej Żuławski's Possession, and guys, Possession, I reviewed this movie as well. I really do love this film for all the reasons I mentioned in my review, but I will simply say that Sam Sam Neill and Isabella Gianni, the lovely, amazing Isabella Gianni, are so fantastic in their role, especially Miss Ajani herself. And this movie has a great supporting character in Heinrich, this German guy who has this love triangle with Sam Neill and Isabella Gianni's character, and he's just hilarious to watch. He can be an asshole at times, but in other scenes he can be a very sympathetic character, but throughout he's just crazy out of his mind. This movie in general is crazy, guys. I mean, it's about this domestic dispute between Isabella Gianni and Sam Neill's characters, and it's just such an insane thrill ride. It's like a drama. It's like a film that has elements of a dark comedy. It's a domestic type story. It has strong elements of horror, gore. But guys, out of everything that this film has to offer, it really is a film that shows how a marriage is crumbling and it's going downhill, and it starts to become more and more insane as the film goes on, and how these two are losing their minds. And Isabella Gianni and Sam Neill really sold their characters' insanity, and how they just can't stand each other even though they're longing to be with each other, how they are desperate. Something is pushing them away. It's like, you know, the negative pushing away the negative, and neither can balance each other out. So really, it's best that these two either end up dead or they're just far away from each other. I mean, wow. If Andrew Zawofsky actually had this kind of dispute with his own wife, I really feel sorry for them both. But yeah, that's Possession, and I would believe personally a lot of marriages are like this, but who knows. And finally, guys, my number one pick is Werner Herzog's Nosferatu the Vampire, a German/French film that is a remake of the classic Nosferatu film in the 1922. And this film stars Isabella Gianni, my heart, my love, Bruno Ganz, and the legendary Klaus Kinski as Count Dracula himself. And guys, this movie, I think I reviewed it. If not, I want to at some point. Oh man, I don't want to say much about it because I want to save it for the review I'll do later in my channel, but I just love this movie so much, guys. I mean, the horror is there, the creep factor is there, but the thing about this movie that really does set it apart from all the great horror movies of the past and present day of horror cinema is the story. Now, all the horror movies on my list, they have great stories, but Nosferatu the Vampire, its main focus is on the story, and I really do love this film because of the story, the characters, and how Isabella Gianni's character Lucy Harker, who in the novel was actually Mina, not Lucy, because Lucy plays her best friend and not the supporting and not the main character. But this movie, Lucy Harker is the main character, and this is actually her movie, and how she's the only one that stands in the way of Count Dracula after he's trying so hard to make her fall in love with him, not because he's trying to take control of her or possession of her. He desires love so much and companionship, and as you see the film, you soon learn that dying or being killed is a sort of mercy for him, because to live for so long without love and seeing the people you love die right before your eyes, it's so heartbreaking. And guys, honestly, a lot of vampire movies nowadays have the vampires are either bloodthirsty creatures or they're sparkling and beautiful like Edward Cullen from the Twilight series. They have their fan bases, but really, guys, vampires aren't monsters in my opinion. They're more tragic creatures. Some people refer to them as the lonely ones, and it's true, guys. You feel sorry for them. You can't help but want to, hug them and show them some sympathy. I mean, guys, I could watch this movie again and again because of the story, because of the performances by everyone in the cast, especially Klaus Kinski and Isabella Gianni as Count Dracula and Lucy Harker respectively. incredibly. But the main reason why I love this movie is because how timeless it is. This is one of the few remakes that actually can stand toe-to-toe with the original, and some people actually prefer this over the original, which is it's a very rare thing to say, especially how most remakes tend to suck. But this movie really is a great movie on its own, and it will remain a timeless classic for many years to come. And if anyone could tell this good story again, it's Werner Herzog. Werner Herzog is a genius in filmmaking, and he's an absolute doll. I really love him so much. And guys, that's my top 5 list of favorite horror / Halloween movies. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out Emily Boone's channel, and also my good friend and fellow YouTuber Rachel Wagner. And if you want to see more from me, then please check out my gaming channel, where I talk about games, do let's play series and gaming content, all kind of good stuff. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.